Your Excellency, I'm just wondering, you've seen the world change so much. Now we are talking about multipolar world and all of that. From where you sit, how do you see this world? And what are the implications for us as a continent, particularly knowing that we're a younger population as a continent? And everything shows that the future indeed is with us. From your experience, how do you see the world now?
Yeah, the world is, in my point of view, in a lot of turmoil. If you look at the wars going on our continent, in Europe, it gives you the impression that peace and security is becoming a bit elusive. Then, if you look at the climate change, at the beginning of this conversation, you were talking about how hot this place is. This is the first time in Rwanda we are seeing 3 months without rain. And this is not an exception. We've been hearing a lot of record temperatures all over the world, fires burning hectares, hundreds of hectares, actually thousands of hectares of forest. Even the skeptics who did not believe that the climate change is real, I think, are being educated by the facts. We see a lot of conflicts, political conflicts, economic conflicts between the West and the non-West. If you look at how China and the US are at loggerhead. So you see really the world evolving a bit dangerously. If you look a bit back, because the world is so connected, you've seen in 2007, 2008, the financial crisis that all of a sudden, because of the bankruptcy of one bank, the Lehman Brothers, affecting the entire financial system, of course, with the subprime crisis. More recently, you've seen the COVID-19 closing down every human activity. And these are things that were hard to imagine in 2000, for example. In 2000, people would have said, oh, we are living in a peaceful world. You know? There is peace. Let us marry, have children. The world is, is economically growing, including Africa. Africa was growing fast. And all of a sudden, things are changing. So anyone who takes time to pause and reflect would really realize that the world is evolving not in the right direction. Then you asked me, in this more or less gloomy situation, where is Africa? So you are right when you say that on the face value, if you consider what Africa has, Africa should be dreaming of becoming the next frontier of growth, because we have huge natural resources, we have growing population. Normally the two combined, if Africa was to really do the right investments, first and foremost, invest in its population by providing the right education, good education, of course, ensuring that we have a healthy population, then we can benefit from our natural resources, of course, on condition that we stop just exporting our raw material and start the transformation of our raw materials, engage into the beneficiation process. That would probably put our continent in a position of really taking advantage of all those potentials, because up to now we are just a potentially rich continent. Potentially. Sure. So how do we transform the potential into reality? That is the challenge, I think, for our leaders. And when I say leaders, it's not just political leaders. It is leaders of across the society, be it private sector leaders, civil society leaders. They must collectively work to create conditions for taking advantage of our huge population, what economists call demographic dividend, and also our natural resources. But we must be conscious that the world will not give us the freedom of doing it. We must win it. And that's where really an institution like the African Union and even the regional economic communities should work together to really ensure that the vision of the African Union is fulfilled. We should collectively work together to realize an African continent that is peaceful, that is united, that is prosperous, and that puts its people at the center of everything, and also a continent that has the right place in the world.